Hey everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ Live. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and this is where I introduce you to amazing people like you who are doing great things in the world that I think you should know about. If you watch my show regularly, you know that I had a guest named Melissa Bartow, who is the CEO of Wed-Date. She was on Shark Tank, and we were talking about her wonderful date spreads. They're called Wed-Date, and they come in 4 flavors. We have vanilla, we've got pumpkin spice, we've got cinnamon, actually 5 flavors, excuse me. The other 2 are in my refrigerator, the chocolate and the original, and how they're made with just dates, nothing else, sugar-free, just whole natural fruit. And they're delicious. And some of you bought them and like them, and you can use them in recipes. But now she has a new product, which is every bit as sugar-free, unprocessed, as healthy as you can get. And these are packets of cookie dough, like they're raw, but not in the sense that like when you're making cookies with eggs raw, you can just eat them out of the bag, and they're fabulous. They come in 3 flavors. So it comes in chocolate, it comes in snickerdoodle, and it comes in birthday cake, which is my favorite of the 3. This literally tastes like a vanilla Betty Crocker cake or a bakery cake. It's so good. And really all you have to do is add 2 tablespoons of water, and you have cookie dough balls. Now, these are the snickerdoodles, but if you want to get fancy, you can actually bake them, and you can add, we're vegan, so we don't add real eggs, but if somebody isn't, they could, but I added a chia egg, and then I baked them into cookies, and they are so good and so easy. The ingredients are so clean. It's basically dates as the first ingredient, coconut flour, almond flour, and then if it's cinnamon, it's in the snickerdoodle, cocoa powder in the cocoa one, and let's see what's in this one, vanilla. I mean, you can't get any cleaner. But here to talk about her new product, please welcome back Melissa Bartow of Wed-Date. It's nice to see you again, and congratulations. You are really quite the entrepreneur, coming up with such interesting and healthy products. That's what I appreciate so much, is that they're really healthy when there's so much crap out there.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me again. And I mean, I agree. I have 2 very unique products. First of the date spreads, and then my latest with the date doughs. And there's literally nothing else like them out there. But as you said, it's so simple and so clean, but they taste amazing. I'm
They
obsessed.
do. I mean, they're so sweet. I mean, like, if people say, well, gosh, I mean, well, dates are incredibly sweet anyway, but I mean, you nailed this one. I mean, this tastes like a birthday cake. It's
I
incredible.
know, it's
It's
crazy.
it's so good. Yeah, so the reason she uses eggs as a suggestion is because most people are not vegan in the world. Guys, I hate to break it to you, but only 3% of the world is vegan, which means 90%, 97% of the world isn't. And so there is the option for people that aren't to use an egg. But however, you don't have to, because I just simply use a chia egg where I took 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, 3 tablespoons of water, and I had to add just a little bit more liquid because I guess egg has some volume, and it came out great.
Yeah, I mean, the traditional way to do it is just add water and make balls or eat it like cookie dough out of a bowl. But I mean, we've just started shipping these as of 2 weeks ago. So I'm already starting to get feedback from customers who said they added this to their smoothies, and it added obviously amazing taste, thickened it a little bit. Um, we have other customers who are making more in-depth recipes, using it mostly like a flour and not having to add sweetener, and making peanut butter based cookies by adding an egg or flax egg, with the doughs. So we're gonna get really fancy with these over
Yeah.
time, to say the least.
I just got the product, but I bet you I could think of ways to use it if you give me just a
Yeah.
little bit more time.
That happens with the date spreads too. I mean, a year after selling them, someone was like, it freezes into fudge. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And all of a sudden, we have all these recipes now for like date spread banana pops if you just put date spread in a freezer. So I can only imagine where we're going to end up figuring out what we could do with date dough.
Well, you know what I was thinking, Melissa, is to take the baked cookie and then to take the date spread and make a sandwich cookie.
Yep, ice cream sandwich cookies. I already heard that one about the date doughs, which is brilliant, and I need to do that. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of started out of like a weird thing I was doing, like the date spreads. I mean, it seemed like a no brainer to blend dates and make a date butter, and so I did. And then what I was doing was, for months, I'd been eating a scoop of almond flour, a scoop of coconut flour, maybe some protein powder or something, or cocoa, and then I'd put date spread in it and stir it in. and I'd eat it like cookie dough, and it was delicious. It was like a protein healthy snack I was doing. You could scroll all the way back on Instagram and see me posting chocolate protein powder date spread batter. Like, I loved that. And one day it kind of hit me like, it has kind of like a cookie dough consistency and it really does taste amazing. Is there, if only I could sell this, but it's not feasible to ship something raw and odd. I thought, what if like instead of date spread, it were ground dates, and then the customer could just add the water it's themselves, kind of like PB2 is sort of also an idea in the processing behind it, how people just add water to that. I was like, could you just add water to ground dates and stuff and make a date doughy thing? And you could. So fast forward, honestly, I had the idea in April, and here we are in October, like with the actual packaged product.
That is incredible. I bet people are trying it and I bet they're liking it. And Melissa's generously offered our audience a 10% discount. It's in the show notes, but I'll also post it in the chat in just in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. It checks every box in terms of it's vegan, it's paleo, gluten-free and grain-free. Honestly, it's pretty low net carb because one of those balls has 3 grams of fiber in it. So the date dough is super filling and healthy. I mean, you can ultimately make about 21 to 25 of those like balls you just showed with this whole pack. I mean, it's like a phenomenal deal. It's awesome. I made a date like cookie cake with this for my friend's birthday last week using the flax egg and stuff, and made like a bunch of servings and flattened it into a sheet can or a sheet pan and a circle. It was so cool. We added like chocolate chips and stuff.
That's so, yeah, people can customize it. That's what's really fun.
Yeah, so fun. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I think the birthday cake is my favorite too, but I mean, I like to do this one and throw in cacao nibs also to make like a crunchy cookie dough kind of thing. And the snickerdoodle tastes like a straight snickerdoodle cookie. It's ridiculous. And you can smell them all as soon as you open the bags. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking maybe people could almost use it as like to sweeten their oatmeal.
Yeah, totally. Same way you would date spread. I'm starting to think like anything you could use the date spread for, like putting it in smoothies, yogurt, oatmeal. Same with this. Sprinkle it on top instead of spreading it.
Maybe you should have a contest with like the most unique ways to use your product, and then the winner can win like a case of whatever they want from your products.
Yeah, it'd be amazing in oatmeal and whatnot. I should try it in my chia puddings that I usually make with date spread. Like I make chocolate date spread chia pudding, and I should probably throw this in actually. That'd work really well, I imagine.
Well, I think so too. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, you know, do you want to show how it's ridiculous? I mean, this demo will be done in like 30 seconds. It can't be any easier.
Yeah, so like the instructions, we have cool packaging also. On the back, it shows at the top in a very infographic way. You just take half a cup of the mix and then add 2 tablespoons of water, and you get roughly 4 balls. Of course, you can adjust that and double up. You can do half of that and just get about 2 balls. So if it's just
yeah, I got 4 balls out of it. I followed the recipe exactly. Yep. With the snickerdoodles.
Yeah, so depending on how many people want it, you could just adjust that, but it ultimately works the same. So this is a half cup right here of the snickerdoodle. And then I will add 2 tablespoons of water.
Yeah, you know, if company comes at the last minute, you got dessert.
Yeah, and so it looks just like almond flour with cinnamon, because that's all that it is really, and coconut flour. You just have to mix it in. It feels kind of like if you've ever eaten PB2, like it's the same process as adding water to that and stirring it a bit. Eat it like you would eggs or something if you were making cake batter until everything is blended nicely. All the little grains and grits of cinnamon and coconut flour.
Do you use a particular kind of cinnamon? I know there's a big discussion about the cassia, the Saigon, the Vietnamese. Do you have a favorite cinnamon?
This one is, I like ground cinnamon, like traditional sweet. That's my personal go-to. But yeah, so like it's been like what, 30 seconds, and we have date dough from this. And so you can eat it out of the bowl like you're eating edible cookie dough. You could make nice little balls with it like you did. It's so fun. I love it so much. And so what you could have done also with an egg or a flax egg or chia egg, you could have then put that in with this. Also, instead of mixing with 2 tablespoons of water, you can do 2 tablespoons of coconut milk or almond milk or any sort of liquid. Mix that in, and you would get the same amount of stuff, flatten it out, and just bake it on 350 for 15 minutes, and you would get like a nice snickerdoodle cookie out of it, fresh out of the oven.
Nice. Jan wants to know, do you only sell your products on your website, or can they also be found in stores?
So these just launched direct to consumer. So right now you can only get them on our website. We're getting slowly like reaching out to our buyers so that hopefully in the new year, when holidays are kind of crazy for retail, so they're not in stores yet, but hopefully next year we have a store locator on our website and you can sign up for emails. And as these roll out into retail, you'll be notified. But for now, it's on our website.
Right. I think you did a crowdfunding for this particular product.
Yeah, I mean, this is totally brand new. So we finished that crowdfund when that launched was when, I mean, we started production. So we basically were collecting pre-orders for the first round and shipped those out about 2 weeks ago. And then once those were all fulfilled, these went live on our website the next day. So yeah, it's still fresh. And I mean, it's perfect just in time for the holidays and stuff and baking and everything. I can't wait till Thanksgiving comes. Like, I'm going to be making so many cinnamon snickerdoodle cookies and everything.
That is so cool. I wish the people that really needed your products could, can find them, like specifically children, like mothers, because I'm just, I just had Dr. Robert Lustig on a couple of days ago. He's one of the most passionate anti-sugar advocates. And, I'm not a fan of sugar. And I don't know. I mean, this is so sweet. Why would anybody need sugar? This is so sweet.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I live my life too. Like, I always say you can find a healthy alternative for anything. So, my friends will be like, let's go out for, like cake or dessert or ice cream. And I'm like, why don't you go home and like make a like paleo date cake or something? Like, we don't need to go out and eat a terribly unhealthy version. Make yourself save money, feel way better about yourself, and like whatnot health wise the next day after having not, eaten 2,000 calories of like sugar and butter and
And we're coming into the time of year where even people that maybe don't eat sugar regularly are going to start, or the people that do start increasing their consumptions because of all the unhealthy holiday fare that's going to be around people.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at home today and I was talking to my mom last night about like Thanksgiving coming up. She's starting to plan like buying, all this stuff and hosting and whatever. So I was like, don't plan any desserts. When I get here, let me bake pumpkin bread. Let me bake brownies. Like, I'm going to make healthy versions of whatever you want. You won't even know it's healthy, but like, leave that to me. So
that's tip to grip.
Oh, you're free for hang out.
Fantastic. I so admire you. You're just so young and you've got, I mean, this is amazing what you've created, and who knows how many other products you're going to come up with.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to be creative too with being healthy. Like, I thought to mix date spread with some almond flour and coconut flour if I wanted a sweet, healthy snack or throw protein in, but it's so hard to just come up with that sometimes. So, I mean, I'm lucky to be creative and think, what can I do with all these weird ingredients I have lying around? So, it makes me so happy that I'm able to ultimately package and sell this stuff. And like, I have an audience at least, and I get to talk to people like you with an audience. And yeah, I don't know what I'll think of next, but stay tuned.
And it's so clean. I mean, there's no salt, there's no oil. It's just clean. It's just your food is made out of ingredients.
Yeah.
That you can actually eat on their own. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just 4 ingredients, my date spreads and these.
Yeah, that's amazing. If you guys haven't seen Melissa on Shark Tank, I can link to that on this video, and we showed it on the other video. Then I got flagged for copyright infringement, so I'm not going to put it on this one. We'll just keep it on the other one because obviously I don't own that content. But
the episode's going to re-air on CNBC on October 7th if you check your DVRs. So
nice. So you weren't even nervous, huh?
For Shark Tank?
Yeah.
Going into it, like weeks and days and everything beforehand, I was nervous, but I was like numb about to go in that room with adrenaline.
That's so cool. That has to be so exciting. And you guys, make sure you follow Melissa on Instagram. She posts the most beautiful, yummy pictures of the creations she makes. And of course, on her website, there's so many recipes of ways to use these products.
Yeah, and all the recipes on our website, we label them as like in the caption if it's vegan or if it's vegan paleo, if it's vegan and oil free, if it's no added sugar, which is pretty much all of them.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
optional. So
I love
yeah,
how it says satisfy sweet cravings naturally. I've been a fan of dates for, I don't know, 20 years now. And once I stopped eating sugar on July 6, 2003, and that I switched to dates. And anything anybody can do with sugar, we can do with dates.
yeah, literally anything.
Yeah. Here's an interesting question, Pam. Would you, meaning you, Melissa, consider doing fundraisers with schools? Many schools do fundraisers for high sugar products. It would be nice to have something good for a change.
Fundraisers for high sugar products?
Well, no, like school, like I think what she said, I don't have any kids, but I seem to remember like kids often did fundraisers. Like I remember they'd always sell this certain kind of candy bar for like $5 to raise money for the school. So instead of having a crappy product, have your product be the fundraiser. Pam, maybe give more specifics on how that's done, because it's been like
I guess there's a lot of bureaucracy behind it.
yeah. But it's been a long time since I've been in high school. But I do remember them selling. It was a very good candy bar too. But it was, I mean, it was much more expensive than a candy bar. It was like $3, and it was this candy bar. And so I don't know. You know, much better than Girl Scout cookies. I mean, maybe you could talk to the Girl Scouts of America, huh? Those crack pushers.
Now there's walking around saying wanna date doors.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? I mean, that at least would be something healthy, and maybe we can figure out a healthy version of their most popular cookie, the Thin Mint.
Right. Oh my gosh, if only.
Yeah, that's great. You guys have any questions for Melissa or about the product? That's why this is literally the fastest cooking or culinary demo.
I know. It's awesome. So it's the perfect like late night snack if you like don't want to obviously make a mess in the kitchen, too much noise, or start cooking up a storm or baking up a storm. Just get your half cup measurement out and this and throw some water in and
And I was thinking you could even take it. I could have pressed this in a pie pan, and this could be like a crust for a pie, like that I could pop with fruit or something like that,
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm like ready to do ice cream cookies later with this or something.
And I'm going to try freezing these, see, because I like everything cold. Yeah. So she says kids get friends and families to purchase the product with a school code, and a school gets a certain percentage of all sales. Yeah, I mean, that sounds great. She could partner with the mom who tried to get the Girl Scout cookies non-GMO, if we can find that person. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I am this business, so like if there's ever a contact, like totally come my way or send them my way to figure something like that out. I mean, I'd love to make schools healthier if I knew school people.
Yeah, or make kids healthier. Yeah, or just everyone healthier. I mean, if you have a chance, watch the interview with Dr. Lustig, or maybe just read one of his books. He has a video on YouTube with 14 million views called "Sugar: The Bitter Truth," and he basically says sugar is not a food; it's a poison, it's a toxin. And I agree. Like, this is real food.
No, I feel the same way. I see food as like it's real food. It's this, or it's
it's from like nature. It's not from
that's not food. It's something you can eat and love and enjoy, but like it's not food. It's not nourishing you. It's not giving you life. It's ultimately over time gonna like lower your standard of living, but this is food, and it's awesome to be enjoyed.
It's amazing that you have that message so young in your 20s. A lot of us don't get it till our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond.
Yeah. No, I mean, I grew up in Georgia eating horribly unhealthy snacks, packaged food, like living off of it. And it wasn't until I moved to New York for college and had like unlimited salad bars and all of these things around me and just started eating it and tons of it and like losing weight and feeling healthier and being like, so I'm eating like all this healthy, good stuff, real stuff. And I was barely eating a lot of that like packaged little, like one is food and life, the other is nothing.
Yeah. Claudia says, how many cookies can you get from one package?
Yeah, so like following the serving, and we just made 4 balls, there's 21 servings in a pouch. So you can get a lot of date balls.
Wow. So
like 21 basically. Or we want to make it smaller.
Yeah, nice. So 21 So each serving is 4 balls. So is it 84 balls or is it 21 balls? That's
Well, so if you like look at the nutrition label, it's 21 servings per container, and that's listed as 2 tablespoons. But if you do the math of tablespoons in a half cup, which is right here, it's 8. So
I'm so bad at math, I'm telling you.
This is ultimately 1 ball, and you get 4 balls here with the half cup. So since that's 1 ball and there's 21 servings per pouch, I've been asked this question a few times.
Or you can just make you can make one giant ball and just eat that. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be kind of big. A question: have you ever used your ingredients in unexpected recipes?
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I would put date spread to begin with in like cauliflower stir fry and be making vegetables with it. I always thought sweet. It goes on, fruit and ice cream or smoothies, but I ended up realizing that date spread is phenomenal, like on roasted sweet potatoes. Like we put the cinnamon one in like mash on Thanksgiving. We'll be doing that again. So I don't know quite yet for the date doughs. I already love the idea of like sprinkling it on oatmeal. That's gonna be such a hit because oatmeal is like the #1 way to eat date spread based off of like all the feedback I've heard over the years. That's what people love and it's their go-to. It'd be really cool though if you could do like some baked sweet dishes with this. Like, I mean, whether it's like almond crusted something, you could do like cinnamon almond date spread crusted kind of thing. I imagine anything like that you could use this for. So I should just start thinking about things you could do with almond flour that were unexpected.
Or that's cool, yeah. And you can make your own almond flour.
Yeah, ground some almonds.
Yeah, coconut, I'm not sure if you could. Well, actually, you could probably take dried coconut and would that be the same as coconut flour or not really?
I imagine you put it in a food processor like roasted coconut flakes, maybe.
That would be good. Yeah, the snickerdoodle one, really, that's got an incredible smell, but just taste-wise, the vanilla cookie one it really tasted like cake. That was just like,
I know for this, my friend does keto, and I was like, let me make you some like avocado mousse with this. Like, that's on my to-do list.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is cool. I wish you every success with this new product and with any other products that you have coming out, because I'm sure whatever it is, it'll be without sugar, which I can always get behind.
Yeah, just give me like 6 months. I'll think of something.
Yeah. It's probably too soon for you to know this, but does there seem to be a favorite of the 3 new flavors yet with your audience?
Honestly, the same way like everyone has a different favorite date spread flavor, it's the same. Like everyone has a different favorite preference. My dad's so far is the snickerdoodle. He loves it. He also loves cinnamon date spread. If I had to pick one on a deserted island, I would take the vanilla.
Yeah.
My mom likes a chocolate brownie. She's only like a chocolate person, and she eats this one religiously.
Well, I was thinking maybe combine them in a layered cookie, like put like 3, but distinct layers, like the chocolate, then the vanilla, then the snickerdoodle, and
like a black and white cookie and like half chocolate, half vanilla.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
The vanilla and the snickerdoodle will probably be really good together. Right. Or the vanilla and the chocolate.
And the vanilla and the chocolate. And the chocolate and the snickerdoodle. I think they'd all work. And then you put a little bit of date sprayed in between and you have like this tower of just date deliciousness.
Yeah, you frost it with date spread. Brilliant. I love it.
You're on the East Coast, right, Melissa?
I am, yes.
Well, if you ever get to California, you will love this. We have every February at the county fairgrounds, the Date Festival, because where I live in Indio, it's the #1 date producer, not in the world necessarily, but at least of the United States. We have date palms and date farms everywhere. And so it's pretty cool. Like they have every date there is, like every kind of date. It's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh. No, one day I'll make it out there. I've been to California, but it was like pre-date spread days. So
oh my God, you could be a vendor at that. Hello. Date festival.
We have an RV.
Even if you couldn't make it yourself, do you understand what I'm saying? Like you could be a vendor at this.
What's it called?
It's called the Date Festival, and it takes place every February in Indio, California, like just blocks from my house. And like they have vendors there selling other date products, like date vinegar. We're really close to it's a famous date farm called Shields that makes the date crystals, and every place here makes date shakes because dates are like really popular here. But I'll look for the information. But I mean, what better place for you to be selling a product in a festival it's based on dates.
I mean, yeah, I'm about to Google it when we're done here. So
Yeah, I'll look for the information. And they have baking. It's like a county fair too. In other words, like the things that you think of as a county fair, like rides, for example, they'll have
Ah,
and then they'll have exhibitions of people, like they'll have where you enter like a quilt, or those kind of competitions, or baking competitions. And but there's one building where it's just demonstrations and vendors selling stuff. So this would be like a perfect fit. And they also sell crappy food there, don't get me wrong. They sell the fried Snickers and all that stuff because it is a county fair. But you wouldn't be at that area, you'd be in one of the inside buildings selling your product because it's a date festival.
I was just at Vegandale in New York City on Randall Island like a month ago, and I was so bummed. So like, this sounds very similar and right up my alley.
Yeah, and I'm see, that was my thing in college, marketing. The other thing you might want to consider, especially when the pandemic quiets down and things really get back to normal, is because your product is also vegan and healthy. There's a lot of vegans that go to these festivals. They're called Veg Fests, and the two of the biggest ones are Portland and Boston. Also, San Francisco is a pretty big one, and you can be a vendor there. See, because you have to have a vegan product to be able to sell. The date festival, you can have anything, but it has to have dates in it. So I'll give you lots of ideas for where to sell it.
Yeah, now I love those festivals like Vegandale and everything. And now that the pandemic is like dwindling down, they're all starting to like pop up again. So keeping an eye out for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I should really try this. I make date shakes all the time for my husband. I should really try this in
Oh
them.
my god, if you put the vanilla in there.
Yeah, I know that's gonna blow it away because I actually use a little bit of a quarter in my date shake recipe. I use a quarter cup of rolled oats because it's like a thickener, but I wouldn't have to use that because you have the coconut and the almond flour in there. So I think we can, I should give you the recipe, and then
Oh my gosh,
maybe you can figure out like how many tablespoons of the powder I should put in. Because
yeah.
then I wouldn't have to put in the dates, because I use 3 to 4 medjool dates, but it takes a while for the blender to do it. But I'm going to send that to you. Seriously, I love giving other people ideas. I love telling other people what to do. Yeah, nice. So guys, just check it out, man. There's there's 8 products now, right? 5 spreads and 3 cookie doughs.
Correct, and they're all on eatwantadate.com.
Yeah, and some of the Whole Foods sell your spread, I think, right? Isn't that true?
Yeah. Some in the Midwest and some in the Northeast, like New York and like Connecticut, New Jersey-ish. We have a store locator on the website if you want to check. And then there's random independent ones too. Like one of our new customers is Foxtrot Market. That's in like Chicago. They're big and they're into healthy like foods and vegan and stuff. So we have a store locator, and you might like be like, what? I know this is right down the street, and get lucky. So check it out.
Nice. Rebecca's saying you should have people submit recipes like Thomas Allen. What she means is Thomas Allen, the owner of California Balsamic, comes on the show once a month, and people and they use his vinegar, and they submit the recipes, and then once he picks, they get 2 free bottles, and then he makes them on the show. That's not, that's another fun idea. People like contests, and people like winning stuff. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh, I don't have like an official thing, but I mean, I'm not shy to give away like for you to surprisingly get one of these sent to your doorstep after you posted like the most amazing things on Instagram. And obviously I have your name and address if you ordered it. So like, yeah, I mean, I'm always on the eye for that, and always reposting recipes too. So definitely tag me, let me know.
All right, that's fantastic. Well, great. Anything else you want to tell people? I mean, because you could make another recipe, but it's only going to take 20 seconds.
I know. I mean, other than like, you have to just taste it to understand how insanely amazing it is. And you can just start thinking beyond adding water, because as we just said, oatmeal smoothies, sprinkle on yogurt, sprinkle on, who knows what Thanksgiving I'm going to think of, but I'm thinking of something, maybe sweet potatoes on Thanksgiving in the mash.
Oh, I just had another idea. What you could do with the snickerdoodle is like, if somebody were to take like dough, meaning like like how like Pillsbury makes croissant dough or some kind of pizza dough, and roll it in it, like I could just see it like a cinnamon roll, and then you spread the date spread over it, kind of like.
Yeah, I loved your pie crust idea because I made that cookie cake for my friend's birthday, and looking at it, it looked like a pie crust, like in hindsight. And so, like, next time I make it, I'm gonna do it on Thanksgiving and put like
just smash it a little bit up the sides. I mean,
yeah,
that's what I was thinking when I was making it. I'm like, why bother making it into 5 cookies?
like
Just
a
smash
pie
it,
crust.
just make a crust and then eat that. Yeah, that'll be fantastic. And you know, people, I mean, if they wanted, like they could put chocolate chips in this one if they could, or cacao nibs, or even in the chocolate one. Oh, Pam said she placed her order. Well, thank you, Pam. I hope you enjoy the product very much.
Yay! Thanks, Pam. Can't
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, that's so great. Well, thanks, Melissa. Anytime you have a new flavor, let me know and I'll promote it to my audience because I know it'll be healthy and I know it'll be without sugar.
Yep. Anytime you want me back, I'm here. We'll think of more recipes for these anyway. So
Absolutely. And I hope to see you at the Date Festival next year. That'll be so
I'm gonna
great.
Google it.
Yeah, because they have really unhealthy stuff. So I think it'll be a blessing to have your product there. All right. Well, hey, thanks so much, Melissa. Best of luck to you with the 3 new flavors. And thanks all of you for watching another episode of Chef AJ Live. Please come back tomorrow when we have another wonderful culinary presentation by Marina Grubik. Take care, Melissa. Bye-bye.